All right.
I can't hear you. Oh.
Well, we're live.
Hello.
Okay, everybody. Welcome back to the PSVR Off-Centered Podcast. Tonight with us, we have Mr. Dirty, straight in front of me.
What up, world?
To the left of us, we have Mr. Martin.
Hello.
And I am your host, Jake Friedel. And Sir's not appearing with us tonight. Mr. John Riggs and Mr. Ben will not be joining us. They have prior engagements going on. I believe Mr. Riggs is in. Is it New York?
New York City.
New York.
The
New
Big
York.
Apple.
He's in the Big
New
Apple.
York City.
New York
I think he was
City.
he was in New York today. I think yesterday he was in Jersey. He was over there in Jersey.
Yeah, so I think we're all pretty disappointed he didn't bring his headset for that, but you know,
No.
it's whatever, I guess.
Dedication. Where's the dedication?
Yeah. Come on, Riggs. Are you at least watching? Oh, and that's something to bring up. So there's a new update for the PSVR and the PS4. So it broke a few things, especially with streaming. So if you are typing a message, we cannot see it. That feature is broken as of right now. Hopefully they're working on it. They know about it at least, or at least people on Reddit do. So yeah, let's hope they get that fixed, because that makes this more entertaining to see your questions instead of not. And yeah, if you guys want to see us on the socials, we got an email. We got an email at psvrpodcast@gmail.
We got an email?
We got the emails. If you want to drop us a message, you can do it in the comments or the email.
I thought you meant we got an email.
Oh, no. If they want to send us an email, we would gladly get back to it. Yeah, YouTube, PSVR Off-Centered Podcast as always, and Twitter with the PSVR Off-Centered. Follow that at PSVR Off-Centered. So yeah. With there only being three of us tonight, we're going to kind of quickly run through our segments. So I'll go about all about the base segment, which is some of the deals we got going on. We got Mr. Dirty getting clean with Dirty. He's going to kind of run through some hardware and some miscellaneous stuff that's been going on this week. And Martin, we got Martin's Miscellaneous Marvels. He's here this time. He wasn't here last time, so now he's got Miscellaneous Marvels he's going to talk about. Which that's going to be
he brought back from Louisiana.
That's going to be some miscellaneous reviews. No doubt him pimping his new channel, which is Martin.
BG Test Drive.
There you go. Check it out. We got two reviews as of right now, but I think we're working on some. Is that right?
I'm currently working on the third one. I'm a little late getting it out, but
hey, it happens.
It'll get out.
When you got family, that kind of thing happens. So yeah. Yeah, starting off. So, not particularly any deals per se going on currently, but if you've been by GameStop recently, at least for the past 2 weeks, they had a deal going on. Unfortunately, it just ended on Sunday. I picked up a ton of games. None were VR. However, if you're into VR, that would have been a great time to do it. I kind of wish I would have streamed, just kind of let everybody know if they didn't already know. They had a deal where it was any game under $15, and then if you get 3 of them, it comes out to $25. And then that's before your Pro membership or Elite Pro. If you have Elite Pro like I do, I was getting 3 $15 games for 20 bucks. For 20 bucks.
I do.
Yeah. Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You said that some people didn't even know about it. If I recall hearing correctly, some GameStops didn't even know.
Yeah. So that's the funny thing. Okay, so with GameStop, the way they're set up, even if they don't know there's a deal running, whenever they start throwing stuff into the computer, it's automatically going to reduce it and stuff. And I actually went to one that they didn't know the deal was going on, and which that kind of seems like a fault of the manager, but anyway, I put the 3 games in, and then they're like, "Oh, it deduced these to like $6.67 a piece or something." I was like, "Yeah, I know." So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, quite a few games in the PSVR library that were $15 and under. So yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys got on that. We really should have shouted out to you guys on that one. But Yeah, good deals. So, if you follow base.com, you can now pre-order the physical copy of Blind. That's a new thing. I believe it did get pushed back to October, but
Did Martin just go blind?
I believe he did.
Martin.
Now he's got to start throwing shit around
Where'd
so
Martin
we can see.
Where'd Martin go?
Just like the game. It seems as though my visor is actually fixed this time, so my hands aren't just floating around the room, which is fantastic. As far as games we've been playing, guys, I know I've been playing a lot of Firewall. Loving the crap out of Firewall. The more I play it, the more I enjoy it.
I have as well.
Yeah, I know Dirty has. Martin has yet to get it, which I don't understand this. It's like either it's like the single best or like the second best game, at least multiplayer wise on PSVR, hands down.
Moss is number one. That's all I need.
Okay, multiplayer. I would say it's probably I don't know. Bridge Crew is really good, but a different kind of good for.
I think you could at least put it down to it is the best experience with the aim.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
It works. I've had absolutely no issues with it. Goes.
Just ignore me.
I've had absolutely no issues with it. Aside from my gun getting caught on corners, which is just part of the game.
That's part of the game, yeah. I've died a couple times because of that.
Yeah. You get a little excited, it gets stuck on there. But, I mean, if there's a wall there in real life, your gun's not going to be able to float through it. So,
one thing I want to mention about that game, and I know it's probably going to be surprising coming from me, the fact that there's, like, no gore in the game is actually pretty cool. Like, I mean, I'm having just as much fun with it without, like, heads popping off and everything else.
Yeah. I mean, there's no point for it, at least in the core gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, I'm having just as much fun without limbs flying off and stuff, too, you know, so it doesn't rely on gratuitous violence to be fun.
I think my one main complaint, surprisingly, it's still kind of tough to get a match.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you'll wait around 10 minutes, and then sometimes games can be surprisingly quick.
Yeah,
One team is better than the other.
That's something to mention. The developers had a AMA on Reddit, and they had basically, of course, anybody was able to ask questions. That was one of the things if they're going to work on multiplayer matches, and of course they're focusing on that. One thing that's kind of surprising. So I have a Pro, so I didn't play the game on a standard PlayStation or PS4. The standard PS4 actually has sharper visuals because the PS4 Pro is using some sort of like heavy anti-aliasing. So when guys are in the background for me, like their names are actually blurry, so I can't even read them. Like that's a thing. But if you're on the standard PS4, that's not the case. So they're going to kind of tweak that so that you can make it more rigid and
I mean, definitely names definitely get blurry if they're further away on the map.
Okay. Like unreadable?
I rarely. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well. Yeah,
like
see, I don't have a lot to compare it to.
Right.
So.
And neither do I.
But yeah.
Still some fantastic stuff, man. You're never done until the last guy's dead.
Yeah.
I love watching like.
Yeah, when you get a good group going, it's phenomenal fun.
Well, I've had several games where it's like the first our three guys go out real quick, and then the last guy just that's one of the best parts about it is when you die, you're not out of the game.
Right.
You're helping your team. You're calling out where guys are. You're trying to find them on the map, and sometimes that can be just as fun as actually running around with it.
Yeah, and that was an aspect I didn't like when I first started it. I was like, man, this is so dumb. You can tell where, the enemies are coming from and stuff. However, the way the cameras are set up and they're just kind of like randomly shot throughout the map,
yeah,
it makes it surprisingly still even. Like, you can kind of tell them where they're going and stuff like that. Also in the AMA, they covered they're actually going to add a compass of some sort, so that will help. Like, say go west, go east, yeah. So, yeah. I love it. I mean, I play the crap out of it. I would like to say I'm playing other stuff, and I'm really not. The only other thing I did throw in Apex Construct, and that game is awesome too.
Yeah, I almost bought that yesterday.
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's worth the money for sure. I think it's a $30 game.
Yeah, I want it. I didn't feel like spending.
Yeah. So you pretty much use like a bow and arrow the whole time. It just feels good. I mean, it works right.
Now, is it? Do you have to reach behind to grab your bows or your arrows?
No. You just automatically start going like that, and it shows up. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And it's another one of those games. I played it while it was already patched. I generally like to play games pre-patched just to see like what changes and stuff. However, it did already have, when I played it, it had free walk, which is a huge thing for me. Locomotion,
that came out,
whatever.
That came out within like a week of it being released.
Okay, so the physical probably has that on the standard copy. Or without a patch, I would think.
I may be wrong, but it was pretty quick after.
I
think I even remember them saying something the day of release. Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, I'm thinking it's probably on the disc then, hopefully. Something else to mention too. If the viewers, listeners, yeah. So we all admin a group on Facebook called the PSVR Physical Collectors. For some reason, I don't know. I dropped a link on Reddit. I assume that's what happened here. Anyway, today and yesterday we've been getting requests out the wazoo to join. So that's awesome. Yeah, by all means, join us if you like physical media, which you should, because if you're going to pay for games, you should be able to keep them and trade them and such. So, yeah, do that. That's the thing to do. Martin?
So I've been
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Also playing Shenmue.
Yeah.
Playing through that again. Fantastic. Just good the second time around. Just finished one.
Now, have you run into a lot of game-breaking bugs, or no?
No. I did. The worst one I had was tonight when I boot. It was a fresh boot, so it wasn't like a bliss thing. It was a fresh boot. It wasn't like I had put the system in the sleep mode or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
It was a fresh boot of the game, and as soon as I booted in, everything was.
You kind of cut out there. I don't know if that happened to Martin or not. Did he cut out for you? Okay.
It was super sluggish when I booted in. Probably like 20 frames per second.
Ooh, really?
Rebooted, and I was fine.
I know. I follow Josh from Limited Run on Twitter, and he says he's been having quite a few where, like, you'll get and I haven't seen it on a lot of games recently, but when I first got my PS4, I did. You get the random error message, and then the game quits out. He's gotten a couple of those, it seems like.
I haven't seen. I'm playing on an Xbox, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
oh well. Either way, a new port of Shenmue 1 and 2 that's kind of buggy versus no port of Shenmue 1 and 2 is fine with me.
It's neat because without, you couldn't play the first two in America without.
Yeah, the second one was only a PAL and Japanese release, so in order to transfer your save file from the first to second one, you had to go through hoops, which So, yeah, I mean, great game. And do we have 2019? Is that what they're saying now for
August 27th, 2019?
Oh, wow. They got it down to the date of next year?
I believe it was the same day that this released. This remake, it was 1 year.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Martin, playing?
I haven't actually played anything in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you've been a traveling man.
Yeah.
Traveling man.
He's a traveling man.
Waiting for the man all over the world.
Martin, any
Yes.
purchases? Any physical purchases?
I tried to do the GameStop thing, but all the GameStops near me either had games only that I had or junk.
Yeah. So I was gonna say,
I mean, I already had all the Vita games, so
right.
it's Not like I could get those again.
Right. I posted some pictures and I cleaned up on Vita. Like I've been always wanting to collect for Vita, but I've been waiting for a good sale like this. And crap, man, I think I got probably 20 games now just from that sale. I mean, when you're only paying like $6.67 a piece, it's kind of hard to pass up.
Yeah.
So yeah. Did you get in on that at all, Kurt?
I did not. I just with school being in session now with the kids again.
Gotcha.
I don't have too much time to
Makes sense.
shopping. We just happened to be by GameStop the other day.
Do the shopping. Did you guys get HD? What's it called? Konami. Man, I am drawing blanks here.
Oh, Zone of the Enders.
Yeah, Zone of the Enders. Did you guys get Zone of the Enders? Okay.
I got that, and I also got Operation Warcade.
Operation Warcade is awesome. I really like it.
I wanted to play that tonight, but then I got home, lost track of time, and I was like, "Oh, it's time for the podcast." Ah, crap! Guess I'm not playing that tonight.
That'll happen. Yeah, I was playing some Firewall
Zone of
before
Enders.
this too.
I was watching you play some Zone. I think it was you.
Yeah.
And man, that just looked nauseating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's something I wanted to bring up. I actually enjoyed Zone of the Enders on PS2. And then even the remake that was on 360 and PS3, the HD. However, the PSVR, I would say to skip it if you're not going for like a whole PSVR physical. The reason I say that is, man, it's just so you attack with like a melee attack, and you just keep like flying into everything, and it's just it's unnecessary. I don't know. I almost feel like
it's almost like
M-Train says
almost like
sorry.
it teleports.
No, my controller's messed up.
So yeah, that was the thing. Like, I almost wish they made it like a third-person view, so like you weren't like in the face, like going up to the guys. I don't know. It
jumps in and jumps out and jumps in and jumps out, and it's just didn't look fun.
Here's the thing, though. Damn it, Konami! Like, you have so many good games like under your belt that you could like make PSVR ports. That's the one they choose to do, and then they do it like totally wrong, in my opinion. Like, come
Give
on.
me Silent Hill PS1 in VR.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't give a shit if it looks like a PS1. I think that would be even cooler.
Or like a
10 times through.
Like a far view. It's just kind of like, like a 3DS images. That's fine. I don't.
Even that too. Yeah, just a spatial 3D.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's just so many titles that they could do something with. I don't know. Or do like the NES thing, the NES 3D NES project where they take NES games and like bring the characters to the forefront.
Oh yeah.
Do that with Contra. Dude, you know how many copies that would sell? Like, even if they sold it for like $30, people would still buy that. No doubt about it. Konami, there's money to be made.
Konami doesn't. They don't make games.
Yeah. Pachinko.
Don't they make pachinko machines?
Yeah. Here.
The money's in pachinko.
If they make a 3D pachinko game, that might be the first PSVR game that I refuse to buy.
You buy a 3D pinball?
I did not, because it's not physical. I hear nothing but good things about Zen Pinball, but I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I can't pay for the digital stuff. I don't support it.
I don't support it unless it's the.
I know, but I feel like
So you not play Pixel Rip then?
No, I haven't. I want to. It's just one of those things. Like, if I pay for it, if everybody starts just saying, okay, digital's the new thing, and starts paying for it, that will be the end of physical copies and stuff.
Yeah, but also a small title like that by a small little developer.
Yeah,
if
that's
people
true.
Don't buy it, you're going to put them out of business, and they're never going to release it.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 for sure on that.
Yeah, but then five years from now, Sony be like, you know what? We don't like Pixel Gear. You can't have it anymore. Poof, it's gone.
Actually, didn't iTunes just have a deal with that?
Yeah. With movies, I think it was.
Yep.
Yep.
So
And then
go
in 6
digital
years,
and lose the licenses you got. Great.
in 6 years, it'll take 5 years for them to pull it. In 6 years, somebody will have it ripped, and you can
Yeah,
play it on your.
if you guys like digital, go check out PT, the PT demo. It's great. Oh, wait.
If you've already downloaded it, you can still re-download it if you jump through hoops.
Oh, what's the hoops for that?
I don't know the exact. I know it has to do with the PC, hooking it up to a PC or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I've always
if
kept
you've
it on my hard
previously-
drive, so
So do I. I still have it.
but yeah.
I never did beat it, though.
Oh, God, no. I don't know how anybody did, to be honest with you. And
Yeah,
could you imagine
there's-
had they put that game in VR, which it almost seems like something that they would have considered?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
There's a cool little video of
What's that?
somebody beating it, but every time somebody beat it or beat a further portion of it, it would stop and say like who found that or who's
Gotcha.
credited with finding it and when they found it and how quick they beat the. It was a cool 15-minute.
I want to say they made that like one of the game, not the game of the year, but it was like one of the top games of the year, and it was just like a trailer. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's saying a lot. And then Konami poo-poos all over it. So frustrating.
Yeah.
Boo.
How about what was that old Gear?
Survive?
Gear Survive. Yeah. How about that one, huh?
I never picked
That's
it
a
up.
good one.
I've heard nothing.
No,
but,
you shouldn't because it sucked.
yeah.
Surprise. I played a free weekend of it.
Oh yeah, they did do that, didn't they?
Piss poor. What a way to take a franchise and just
Yep. So Kurt, let's segue into your getting clean with dirty segment. You got any
right.
rants or tips and tricks for us?
No tips and tricks. I got some stuff that's coming out that.
Oh
got it
yeah,
down tonight.
this is actually a big week.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff coming out. And you'll have to excuse me. I jotted all this down. Been consuming me with kids lately. Not school for me. School kids. Their homework, man.
Kurt's like, I gotta stay at least 500 yards away from that school.
No, I wasn't like that, Jake. Actually.
Oh. Hey, you got that app with the red dot on it? That's me.
Watch, I'm moving on it. All right, so one of the big things that got talked about this last week was the new bundle, the PSVR bundle that coming out.
Oh yeah, the Creed bundle.
Yeah, you get a copy of Creed. Looks like from
Now
what I can see in the
Creed,
pictures,
I believe, is physical, correct? The copy that you
that's
get with
what
it.
it looks. At
Okay.
least the picture they show, it looks like a physical, and then Super Hot looks like a voucher card.
Okay.
Picture. So yeah, you get Creed, Super Hot, 2 move controllers, the camera, and the headset, and I think $50,
Man, how much?
$350, I believe.
Oh, okay. So it's like everything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad then, honestly.
I mean, it's the same kind of bundle, but you got an extra game that they've been doing, like the Skyrim bundle.
I did hear, or according to Reddit, reading people post, it seems like a lot of people made use of the GameStop deals that were going on, and a lot of people purchased them over the weekend. So that's awesome. So it seems like we're starting to get a PSVR in general.
Oh, yeah.
So that's really cool. And yeah, if you guys don't read Reddit, the subreddit PSVR, you should do that. There's a lot of good information in there.
I can't read it right.
You can't what?
Read it right.
You can't read it right. He programs flight simulators, but he cannot read it right.
Also, starting tomorrow or tonight maybe, the Honor and Duty beta,
Yes.
open beta starts.
Is that the D-Day thing?
Yeah, it's their second release. Their last one was okay. There wasn't a lot of people playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I did play that.
This one is supposed to be, I think I played with you, actually. This one is supposed to be, I believe, up to 32 players
Yeah,
on the map.
16v16.
Yeah,
Which is pretty nuts.
And it's also, I believe, developed for PS alone. But
Oh. So, how do you guys feel about VR games getting transitioned over to flat screen games?
Don't like it.
See,
I don't mind it depending on the game. I like this. I don't see why this makes sense. Rec Room to go flat screen. I mean, the whole point behind it is VR.
Right. Now, I see two aspects to that. One, it might get people into this and being like, oh, yeah, I met a bunch of people that are playing on PSVR. I now want a PSVR because it sounds like they're having a blast. I can see that. I can also see it being like games that maybe the community is not really there because it's a PSVR game and there's only 3 million units versus however millions of units are out of PS4s to at least have people to play against. But yeah, I don't. Overall, I kind of wish it would just stick to the PSVR community since it is already growing. But
I think if you try and cater to both, they're going to shortchange the PSVR because it's harder to do, and then you get a subpar VR experience.
Right. I'm hoping that kind of thing. It'll always be PSVR. Then here's the flat screen stuff afterwards. I don't want that to handicap the PSVR capabilities of things.
No, definitely. But then you look at stuff like Resident Evil 7.
Right.
If you're going to give me a VR experience, a full VR experience as well,
yeah,
with a AAA title like that.
Resident Evil 7 is kind of its own animal when it comes to that. I played through on flat screen before I had my PSVR. And I played the crap. I think I played through it like 2 different times. Then I got the PSVR, and I had no problem playing it a third time because it's a totally different experience.
Yeah.
So, like, that was one of those, or since it was like one of the first games I had, I found myself like doing stupid stuff, like taking my head and sticking it like into walls and stuff, like just looking at the detail inside of bookshelves and stuff like that is kind of crazy, really. But yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow, Honor and Duty D-Day, the open beta, I think it's
You think it's a what?
I believe it's a 2-week beta.
Oh, okay. So that means it's free, and you have no reason not to check it out. Oh, speaking of free, Transference demo is free. It's not in the PSVR section. It's in the standard section. That's another one of those games that got transferred over to being a flat screen game as well. Did you guys play the demo at all?
I have not.
Oh, Transference demo is awesome. Very atmospheric. This isn't really ruining anything. Yeah, I was gonna say. So this isn't really ruining anything, seeing as it's a demo. But at one point you go down in the basement, and when you're in the basement, it feels as creepy as going into an old house's actual basement. Like you're like, what's gonna happen? You're kind of on edge. It's one of those games where it's definitely more psychological than it is like actual like creatures and stuff like that. It's all very psychological stuff. I loved it. I thought it was great. No.
Seeing Martin over there shaking his head.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm not going in the creepy basement.
No, Grandpa, you can't make me.
But it's very much like if you could imagine Myst in PSVR. I mean, you're just kind of getting clues as to what happened and stuff like that. You're kind of piecing stuff together. But it's neat. Check it out. And it comes out, I think it comes out this week, actually, the full game.
Yeah. Let me see, I've got a list here. What comes out? Let's see, this week. Transference. Unearthing Mars, the Ancient War. Blind, again.
Oh, Blind, yes.
Talked about that earlier. Downward Spiral, Horus Station. The Door, Neon Wall, and Trickster VR Dungeon Crawler.
Oh, Trickster looked interesting. I mean, it I don't know. It seems another one of those wave type games, but it seems interesting. You see anything on that?
Is that a first person?
Yeah.
Is it
Oh
like
yeah. Yep.
Oh really? I could be interested.
Kind of like a wave shooter, but not like a medieval looking thing. Seems like. Who you talking to, Martin?
I'm waving. You said wave shooter.
Oh, I got it. I gotcha. So scouring the internet.
Never said I told good jokes.
I did find a couple of games that are coming out that I didn't know about. So we got Everybody's Golf that's coming out. Yeah, so that's going to be PSVR. I think that's going to be super cool. I've always enjoyed the Everybody's Golf series. And
That's like a cartoony,
yeah, it used to be Hot Shots.
Hot Shots, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's what it's kind of that's what it kind of transformed into. And also there's a tactical shooter Zero Caliber, which I guess it's already on Oculus or something, but it's going to be getting a PSVR port. So that's cool.
Is that Everyone's Golf gonna be like Wipeout, where you just buy it for PS4, put the disc in, and we'll get a new full update that gives you VR?
I hope it's day one.
I mean, Everyone's Golf was already out on a PS4. Is this a new?
No. It's specifically something Everybody's Golf VR. Yeah. It's
okay.
Mm-hmm. So
I thought it was an update to the one that's already out.
No, so it's in what I saw of it. It was a presentation in Japan, so it's hard telling. Hopefully, we do get it in the States, or at least a English subtitle of the game. But yeah, I'm assuming we'll get it later on than Japan does.
Gotcha.
But definitely interested in that for sure. Even if it is in all Japanese, I don't know that that'd be a really difficult game to figure out. So long as you can read what irons you're on and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, that's some stuff coming out that I didn't know about.
There's
Ben,
another.
go for it.
There's another shooter. I can't remember the name of it, so I'm not helping here. But I just watched a video that had the one you just talked about, Zero
Caliber.
Yeah, Zero Caliber.
Yeah, Zero Caliber, and there's another one, and they're both. Is Zero Caliber the one that looks kind of like Counter-Strike?
Yeah. It's another one where you can like aim down the sights and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think the other one I'm thinking of looks like more like Counter-Strike. It even has the checkerboard floors and everything like that.
Ah.
And one of them I think was 6 people, and then I think they were trying to do 8-on-8 with Zero Caliber.
So that's what I'm kind of wondering with PSVR, if there's kind of an issue having that many people on screen or something.
The bandwidth.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Rec Room you can have a lot of people in Rec Room at the same time.
So I don't know.
People get pretty jittery sometimes when you get a lot
Do they?
of people. It can.
Yeah.
Especially when you got so many different people trying to connect.
All those stupid little kids cursing at you.
That's actually a new feature. That's a new feature, Martin. I don't know where it's at exactly in here.
Oh, you can like turn kids off?
Yes.
That sounds like an awesome feature.
Yes, actually, yes. So go to settings. Go to experience. Maybe. Yeah.
Personal space.
Okay, yeah. Try to matchmake me with non-junior players. That's a check mark.
Oh,
now.
I'm checking that. That's checked.
Yeah, so that was in the last update on here, which is a very welcomed update.
Yeah, they were annoying as hell.
Yeah, some of those, battle royales with that. Yeesh.
It gets pretty loud.
Gets loud. All right, Martin. Segueing on to Martin's miscellaneous marvels. What do you got for us?
All right.
Something.
Well, the only reviews I would have would be non-VR games.
Oh, that's fine.
I recently picked up at the recommendation of the one and only Radical Reggie, Blade Strangers.
Yeah.
Which is
Yep.
it's on PS4 and Switch, and it's just a 2D fighter game, but it's a lot of the, I'm gonna mispronounce it, Nicholas characters.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's Binding
Is it
of
like
Isaac.
Shovel Knight in it and stuff too?
Shovel Knight is in it as well. Cave Story characters, and it's just your standard 2D fighter. But at least in my area, within a 25, 50-mile radius, there was only one GameStop with one copy for the PS4.
Yeah.
And it does not sell at Best Buy. I think you can still get it on Amazon, so you can probably just order it off for Amazon. But to me, it was a sign of, GameStop has one copy. So
Actually,
I
let me
quickly
check
grabbed
the website
No.
now. I want to say it got a resupply or something. I might be totally wrong about that.
Hopefully, but when I was buying it at the GameStop,
Yeah,
the guy
I
was
checked
like,
the website. Yeah.
He's like, it's been removed from our system, and I'm like, it came out this week. How can it be removed?
Yeah.
But
There's like gratuitous nudity in it. They just don't know about it.
no, what is? Apparently, I'm boring, Mister Dirty here.
Making birds, making cattle puppets.
Blade Strangers,
You
correct?
weren't boring me. I was completely listening and just playing.
What did I say? What did I say?
I think you pronounced Nicholas.
Okay, so Blade Strangers is
Shovel Knight.
it's available to at least buy through the store. Let me see if it's stocked at our locations, though. It is
Okay.
not stocked. It's not stocked anywhere. So, online only through GameStop right now. At least Switch version. Let me check PS4. PS4 you can buy online. Let me check the stores. Come on.
But it was fun. I played it for a little while. I had to choose Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
I like how one of his moves is the you jump with the shovel pointing down, like in the game when you do the bouncing off the shovel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How was the second Shovel Knight?
I haven't played that yet.
First
Wasn't
one was great.
Was it an actual... Are you sure you're not talking about expansions?
No, there was a second Shovel Knight, wasn't there? It was
Are you
the
talking
one-
about the plague of whatever?
Yeah, it was the Dark Knight or whatever.
Yeah, that's just an expansion.
Oh, it's just an expansion. Okay, well, how was it?
I haven't played it yet.
How was it? Yeah, so it's looking like that game is not stocked. Yeah, so online only. It's seeming like to buy that Blade Strangers.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of strange, really.
Maybe
Which I don't know.
Blade Strange.
What is your guys' take on all of the limited stuff that's coming out? Do you think in the future there's going to be so much limited stuff that nobody's even going to bother try and pick up all the limited crap? Or
I'm going to say right now, just to save your breath, I think everything that limited is no longer. I mean, the bubble has burst on that, whatever you want to call it.
I think there's a few titles that are going to continue to stick out.
Maybe.
Well, okay, for example, Shantae only getting like a print run of 5,000. That's going to be one.
I'm talking about going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Going forward, there's so many companies now. Limited Run is doing a release.
Dude, there's like 10 to 15 now, seriously. There's one... Go for it.
Good. They keep, I mean... What's the oldest game you have sitting in your queue that you still don't have? And how old is it?
Oh, you mean through limited run?
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know. Months, May, or yeah,
I mean that's gonna tick people off at some point.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where I definitely do support Josh and Douglas and digital to physical games in general. I do think they really should wait to put them up for sale when they've actually got them. They physically have them instead of doing like the pre-sale stuff.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying 3, 4, 5 months. That to me is like it's not risky. You're not risking it. You as a company is not risking anything because you're just waiting for people to pay you. And
no. I mean, I kind of figured that up one time. In our PSVR physical group, I had something at one point in my queue. I kind of slowed down on buying them. I had something like 19 games that I was just waiting on. And I was like, okay, so let's take 19 times 30. Anyway, it came out to be, and I was like, now take how many copies there are. It came out to be like $1 million that they're just sitting on stuff that hasn't come out yet. And it's like,
right.
If they're putting this in like a short term, like, I don't know, any sort of bank, like a short term loan or something like that, they're making bank off that money just sitting there, you know?
I mean, you wouldn't even, I don't think, what it seems to me is that they're buying, or that they're using money from 19, 20, and 21 to pay for 13, 14, and 15.
Right. And I hope that,
somebody's going to get burned.
That's what I was going to say. I really hope that's not the case. For the main reason of, what happens when everybody just kind of gets burnt out and then the orders aren't coming in and then they have to.
Right.
I hope that's not the case, but it could be.
Let me make it clear. I'm not accusing them of doing that.
No.
But from an outsider standpoint,
right,
it seems like that's a very good possibility.
I honestly don't think that is the case just because they've done so well for themselves, but limited run is probably the least one to worry about when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the other companies, they keep releasing stuff and you still see like thousands in their inventory of like even like their first. What was the one company? They got like Tokyo, whatever it is. That was their
Strictly limited.
Mm-hmm. That was their first release, and there's still copies sitting around, and as of like 3,000.
Yeah, but most of their stuff after that is sold out, though.
Mm-hmm. There has been some stuff, but I had zero interest in that Tokyo game, and supposedly it's not very good.
Well, that's why they still have a lot.
Kurt. Damn it. Well, there goes the table.
I just think there's a glut of companies trying to get in on that.
Well, right, and
limited run, strictly limited, super rare, special reserve, the Play Asia.
What's the other one? It had not The Witcher. What's the game? Bard's Tale.
Oh, I don't even remember that company, but the shipping was just.
Yeah. The shipping was like $15 or something, or maybe it's even higher than that. It was dumb. It was stupid high.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that's a product of, so all these other companies came in, I think Limited Run now has to say yes to a lot more companies that approach them, because if they don't, then their competition gets it?
I don't think so. I mean, by the titles they're still getting, I would think not. I would think as a company that wants to sell a product or sell like maybe 5,000, like it's guaranteed sales if you go with Limited Run, it seems like. There's a few games that are still got a couple hundred copies laying around and stuff, but in general, you're pretty well guaranteed 3,000 copy sales.
And I get that. I think what I'm saying is, do you think that because there's so many other companies that Limited Run themselves have now started maybe grabbing things that they maybe would have passed on because there wasn't such a market for it?
So
maybe that's why they're getting so overloaded.
Reviewing the titles they put out in the beginning, there are some real stinkers, so I don't know that they've never not been doing that.
Breach and Clear.
Yeah, well, no. I am not going to hate on Breach and Clear because they developed that, so.
I just wasn't a fan of it.
Which is perfectly. But, however, Saturday Morning RPG is actually a really good game.
That one's
I just finally got the PS4 version for that, so I now have a full run of Limited Run games.
Up to this point?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, I gave up about, I don't know, 10, 20 releases ago.
Oh, I'm close. I'm close to doing that.
I gave up. I know exactly when it was. Nurse Love. That's when I gave up.
That was like Vita. I had to get it.
It was like a $60 release or something.
Probably it was Vita. I had to get it.
Yes, that's the one I passed up on. So that was the one that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
The stick figure Switch game was the one that was gonna break me, but
Typo Man?
No, West of Loathing or something like that for the Switch.
Yeah, that actually looked interesting to me. I don't know, and but Typo Man looked kind of cool too.
Typo Man looked really good.
Oh, I will say, and I told you guys this before too, of their games. I finally got around to playing, and now I'm Crawl. I got around to playing Crawl, and Crawl is an excellent game. Like, I mean, it does the whole 8-bit type styling or whatever, but I don't know how to explain it. So it's kind of like Haunting starring Poltergeist from Genesis, because like you will die and then you haunt objects to kill other people playing the game. Like that's within your So think like Smash TV. So there's multiple people playing, but then you're trying to kill one of those guys to take over their body to continue playing. Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Is it fast paced?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy it. It was not at all what I expected, but that's a good thing. So yeah, Crawl. Check out Crawl. While Martin checks out his hands.
I'm watching the
watch flip over.
The watch jump between hands. It's magic.
Yeah.
I've got a case of the Jake Friedels.
That's fine.
No.
I've lost my attention span.
That's fine. Yeah. So, anyway, I guess we can just BS about some other stuff.
I will have more reviews next time.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, whenever we don't have a full crew, it gets kind of limited as everything we can talk about. Like I know,
free flow.
Yeah, I mean, me and Dirty have been playing Firewall. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I've been playing religiously. So I really don't have a whole lot to say about other stuff.
If you want to buy me a copy, I'll go ahead and start playing it too.
Martin, if you have a full LRG collection, you can buy a copy. Because I know you've been buying games that aren't great.
I need to start up Shadow Complex.
Shadow Complex is a great game.
That's when I want to play.
Yeah. I played it on 360. I just never beat.
Something to note, and this is for Dirty is kind of telling us that one of the people that watched this was saying this too, and yeah, that's totally just me dropping the ball. We need to go back and actually name our episodes and add them to the roster of episodes, as everything is just like streams right now, so it's all titled the same thing. So we will go back and do that.
We actually have someone who watches our videos?
Yeah, there's a guy at my work. I told him about him. He's actually interested in getting a VR now. So
yeah.
Oh. Yeah. What's his name?
Hi, Yasser. Hey, Yasser.
Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.
So I really hope they get the whole thing fixed with the YouTube comments and PSVR. I just checked my phone. Krillin was talking, so Krillin said some stuff. I mean, I don't know if he's still in here or not. That's terrible because we can't see.
I'd like to see him maybe make it just make it a window that pops up that I can look over at.
Right. Yeah. And whenever they put a sentence, you only see like maybe 6 words of what they're saying, and it's like for a second. Yeah.
Just put a window up, and if I want to keep it up, I can keep it up. If I want to grab it and move it over here, so I can turn my head all the way.
Yeah, when Kurt likes to keep, or when Dirty likes to keep it up, he likes to move it over here, move it over there.
Just move it over there. They're not working. Losing it.
So yeah. So yeah. As always, we are every other Monday. But I think we're gonna sign off since we're a skeleton crew.
I need to go eat dinner.
Crew. Oh, you didn't eat dinner? My goodness, what time is it? Isn't it like 10 o'clock?
Yeah,
it's 10:40. Eat.
I can't. I had the podcast.
No, you should be eating now, just like force feeding yourself hot dogs.
I mean, pretty sure.
Well, if Ben was
in
here,
the face.
if Ben was here, he'd give.
What the
Oh
hell?
crap! What happened?
Eat ourselves into a game.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that's
Good night,
the
everybody.
end. That's the end of this podcast. But every other Monday, not next Monday, but the Monday after, we will be back. Hopefully with the whole crew. This is a PSVR Off-Centered Podcast. Good night, everybody.